Delmarva Today with Don Rush.
So, well, first of all, let's sort of almost go back to the beginning. That is, where were you when you heard back in 2001? Obviously, there was an attack on the United States, but that the United States had an engineered, certainly an invasion of the country. What was your reaction to what was going on around you at the time?
Well, that moment, I was in Afghanistan, and yeah, several attacks and a lot of things went, and I was like or 10 years old kid. I still remember a lot of bomb explosions suddenly started, and when Americans took over, and after few weeks or after a couple weeks, they started saying that, yeah, Afghanistan will turn in a small America, and everyone was happy. Yeah, we started seeing Americans troops, the Humvees, and the tanks uh, driving on the roads of Afghanistan, the very rough roads of Afghanistan, especially Kabul. Yeah, the life changed for everybody. Everyone was happy because we lived the most darkest 5 years of in Afghanistan. That was the darkest life ever. The first time when Taliban showed up.
So, what was it like as this war progressed, and particularly as you as a kid growing up then?
Uh, as a kid, we have seen a lot. Like every Friday, Taliban had a radio station. They used to announce on radio that we have caught a person while stealing something. We are going to cut the guy's hand, and I need everyone to come over to the soccer stadium, and then I want everyone to look at him. Don't do anything like that guy did. Yeah, we have all been there, and I have seen by my eyes that the guy, Taliban, has cut the guy's hand, the head, and shot a lady on her head in the same stadium, soccer stadium in Kabul, Afghanistan.
How old were you?
6 or 7, from 6 or 7, we have seen that till Americans showed up
So, what was that?
every Friday.
So, what was that transition then like when the Americans came? How did life change?
Life changed because everybody felt, especially the ladies, 24/7. The ladies were inside the houses wearing the tough burqas, like we call them chadari. It has a small screen in front, and they were not allowed to come out of the house. Even they had to come out with somebody, with the husband, son, father, or brother. No schools for boys and girls. No schools, no progress, and destroyed houses, destroyed streets, no greenery. Just a country made of mud. This is all we had. When Americans showed up, everything went change. Everybody just went to school. The girls started going to school and started to complete their educations. They experienced classes chairs. They experienced classes. They saw their schools for girls especially, and they had a goal that, yep, tomorrow I'm gonna wake up, I'm gonna put my school's uniform on, and I'm gonna take my school backpack, and I'm gonna go to school. There's a teacher waiting in there, and they will teach us. And the first days we did not have any chair, any benches, nothing. We had just like rags on the floor and one blackboard
Hmm.
with a chalk. We used to study like that at the first days. but slightly after years, everything went good. They built the schools, they brought good benches, they changed the school's teaching methods. The books showed up. We had notebooks, we had pen, we had a lot of things. But on that days we were dealing with something threatening was mining.
Hmm.
There was mines everywhere. Yeah. And everything was good. The businesses just started back. The trades from another countries started. The economy went high, and we had our own currency. And yep, life was enjoyable.
What do you think went wrong?
Excuse me.
What do you think went wrong in terms of the United States, its commitment, its and Afghanistan itself?
My personal opinion, my corrupt government, I should say. If you keep your door locked, if you keep your house safe, so you don't allow anybody to get inside of your house, no trespassing. They allowed it. They're just trying to make money for their own selves, bribings, not working for the country, not paying attention, just fighting on the chair, fighting on the positions. You guys have seen that. A lot of things happen. From America, they went to Afghanistan to make them convinced that let them to deal with the government. And one time, two presidents, it's not logical, you know. Yeah. In my opinion, my government. We cannot blame anyone else, I should say.
So then tell me then a little bit about where you were when it became clear that it was time to leave.
When Taliban showed up?
Hmm.
Yep. When Americans were there, my friends, they would just keep telling me that why don't you apply for your IV and stuff. And I was like, no, I have my mom. And my mom, we are just three siblings, my two sisters and me. I have no, my father passed away. I had no brother, so I had to take care of my family, my wife, my sisters, and my mom. And I never thought that I'm gonna apply for SIV and I'm gonna move to America without my mom and my sister. When Taliban showed up, and I had issues with my neighbors because I helped one of my American friends in my home like for 3 months, and I had problems with my neighbors, my community, mosque community, and my government because I sheltered Americans. They would just keep telling me that get them out of this place because our our lives are in threat. So I don't want this America around us. So till the moment went out of Afghanistan, they booked their tickets and they reached America. I did not listen to them. And the moment when Kabul collapsed, that time I was scared that no, anybody from my neighbor, which I had arguments or I had fights with them regarding my friends, which I sheltered them. And the first thing I did, I left my home. I left my home. And then miracle happened. A colonel, he helped me out to get inside the airport. It was in 23rd August that I got a call. We went to the airport. We made, in fact, inside Kabul airport was America for everybody. Just everybody minds were set that once get to the airport and you are done, you're not gonna face Taliban. You are not gonna face all these mess between millions of people. Me and my family, we were luckiest people who made it on that day.
When you saw all those people initially, what did you think? I mean, did you think that you would be able to make it out of the airport? I mean, there's lots of people.
Actually, no. Actually, no. It was impossible because my friends who were in contact with Marines, U.S. Marines, they had to go several times in front of airport because they were not able to open the gate. If they touched the gate, thousands of people could come inside the airport, and then the things could go very difficult for them. And then when I reached the location, they told me this is the plate number and this is the van, and then this van gonna bring you guys inside. Till the last moment, I was not believing that no, there's no hope. Between millions of people, it's not possible. It's not. We cannot be that lucky, you know.
What was it like then in that crowd? I mean, and how did you sustain yourself? I mean, because I know there were people who actually stayed there days, and it was very difficult. And in the case, there was a bombing, of course, in which large numbers of people were killed.
I still remember when I was inside the van, and our van was getting closer to the gate, and tons of people. There was a lady I still remember, and she was like, "I have my whole life, like I have $20,000 with me," and he was offering the driver, "Just allow me to hump in the van, and then take me inside. I will give you all my money. Just take me, my husband, and my child." And it was normally it was like 2 or 1 minute to get inside the airport. It took us 2 hours to get inside.
So when you were approaching it, was there a fear that the Taliban would find a way to turn you back? Because I know that they, as we got closer and closer to the due date,
In
they were
fact,
present.
the moment I made to get in the van, and the driver told me that uh, there's an issue that Taliban knows what this van is doing exactly, and they know all you guys. They know that you guys were working with Americans. You guys were working against Taliban. They know that, and there's no guarantee that I can take you guys alive in there or not. It depends on your luck. So let's go. He told me that do something for me. Get your little kid in your lap. Do not have any eye contact with them. Whatever they say, whatever they do, just do not have eye contact. So maybe we can make it inside. So yeah, this is what happened. The Taliban were just using bad words on me and my family, and they're pointing the guns, and they were just kicking our van. They're just punching on our window. Yeah, we made it. The moment we saw uh, Marines inside the airport, and the driver said that that point, that line, is your rescue line, and you guys are done. The moment we just got inside, everybody just started shouting and whistling, and those guys were so happy as hell. And yeah, unbelievable. I cannot forget 23rd August.
When you were going through this line, what was the reaction, or what was the conduct of your family? I mean, were you all like to simply in general fear? What was that moment like? And particularly as you then were able to cross that line. Were they, your
Especially
wife?
the driver, when the driver told me that there's no chance, my wife was so scared. My wife was so scared. And she was like, "Azim, can we make it? Azim, they're not gonna bring you down. They're not gonna do something wrong with you. They're not." In fact, she was trying to tell me that they're not gonna kill you in front of my eyes because I cannot see that. Let's don't do it. I am ready to escape. I'm ready to leave the house. I'm ready to change the house 10 times in a day. I'm ready to do that, but I cannot see you to Taliban shoot you in front of my face, in front of my kid's face. I was like, let's make it. This is the only chance.
When you got onto the airplane and you were lifting off, what was the emotion that you felt?
Well, it was 24th. We spent a night in airport on the ground beside the trash, and nothing was like an airport, you know. And it was 9:30 a.m. in the morning. Marine guys showed up and they said that they point at me, you take your family and some other people, and they said, make a line and follow me. We had no idea that where are we going. There was no schedule, there was no airport uh, records, no tickets, nothing. An airplane was parked actually on the ramp, I should say, the on the runway, and they told us you, and he pointed on few more families that you guys go to that airplane, and rest of you go to that airplane. That was how it was working, you know. And I had no idea where are we going. There was no uh, uh, stewards inside, just captain, not complete crew. No one was there, and the captain had a job, take them to the direction that we have told you right now. Nothing was scheduled. And the moment we our plane just started to get itself to the runway, and then the captain announced that you guys are going to Abu Dhabi.
One of the things, by the way, that I saw from the footage, and I don't know whether you were there for it or not, was that there were some people, even as these planes took off, they sort of clung to them, knowing obviously that they would perhaps, I suppose, not make it. Did you see any of that?
The guys who hang themselves on the
Yeah,
plane.
grabbed on the plane, even though.
Yes, yes, yes. I have seen that. I have seen that, and that's true. That's true. There is a kind of when the wheels comes out and the doors opens, they thought we're gonna sit on the door and then it's gonna stay and then hold yourself for like couple hours and then you're out of Afghanistan. That's it. And when the airplane took off, when the gear just went inside and the door was about to shut off, everybody just fall apart from up high from the sky, just right on the ground.
So how long did it take you then to get to the United States? Tell me a little bit about that.
We went to Abu Dhabi. That camp name was EHC, Emirates Humanitarian City. And we found out that there's a camp. We are going to stay there. And we had no idea how long. Had no idea how long we were going to stay there. And they gave us a room. We reached to Abu Dhabi at 5:15 in the airport. And then we went to the Abu Dhabi and they gave us room at 12 a.m. And we were so tired. And I'm sorry, it's smelling so bad because we had our own clothes, just only one clothes on. And there was a room for us, single room, one bed, and nothing else. And thinking like our eyes were at the door that tomorrow or today somebody gonna knock the door that they're gonna say that okay, let's go, this is your turn, you're going to United States. We spent 11 months in a single room with a shower attached, bathroom attached in it, not allowed to get out of that room, not allowed to do anything. And especially the challenging part was that rumors. rumors that, oh, Azim, you know what? I said, what? They're not taking you guys to the United States. They're gonna send you guys back to Afghanistan. Okay, even I know this is not true, but the fear of Afghanistan was just driving us crazy. No, I'm not able to go to Afghanistan. I'm not gonna go to Afghanistan. This is not true. And huge depression, huge depression. Inside one room doing nothing 24/7 and keep waiting and waiting. Tomorrow it's gonna happen. Tomorrow it's gonna happen. Today it's gonna happen. Next week it's gonna happen. After a month it's gonna happen. Yeah. It took us 11 months.
So then, how did you then come to the United States?
The day that, like 11 months, we were just waiting for, and that day arrived on 19th of July or 20th of July. And they called us, they knocked on our door, and they said that you guys are, get ready, go to the reception hall, and you guys have interview with Americans. And we went to reception. We had no idea still. We were just thinking like this is some kind of procedure that they're going to do. And the moment the lady said that, do you guys know why you guys are here? I was like, no, exactly, we don't know. She said that you guys are going to United States. I was like, what? She said you guys are going to United States. And that was the best day ever. And on 22nd of July, we just reached uh, Virginia. The moment we just came out of the airplane, that breathe, we saw the road, the cars, and nice weather, a lot of different people. 11 months, we were just missing roads, we were missing people, we were missing freedom. And I don't know how to say this or how to, I have no words to completely make you guys understand that what I'm feeling, what was the feeling. It's hard for me, but unbelievable.
So, what were your first impressions? I mean, was there anything that surprised you when you sort of were able to get out and see some of the country or some of the get around? I mean, what was your own sense about it? Because obviously it is much different, in terms of not only landscape but certainly the technological stuff and so on. I mean, I don't know when they can get a fast food or not, but
Especially the moment when we arrived to NCC camp, National Conference Center, in Virginia, Leesburg. And the moment we got out of the bus, and all Americans were just clapping, they were just cheering up, welcome, welcome, welcome. That moment was so special for me. Yeah, in that camp we had good food, freedom, nice, beautiful place, and very, very awesome. And the first day they told me that your kids are going to school from now on. There we have classes and stuff like that, and the only thing that I wanted to see that my kids one day they're going back to school. Yep. And one more thing, that when I was in Abu Dhabi camp, I had like more than 300 students teaching them English. Those guys were completely uneducated people, even in their own languages. Uneducated people. I thought, instead of sitting in here in this room, just let's go do something different and then be a volunteer, teach the people. It's a good fun. And I went to to the reception hall and I told them that I need a whiteboard with a marker and then I'm gonna teach these people that those guys is still calling me and they call me teacher. We are happy. We can speak now. We are good and stuff like that. Yeah. And after 2.5 weeks, they told me that where do you want to go? I was like, after 11 months, don't ask me where do I want to go. Just send me where you want to send me. I am happy. Just send me anywhere. This is United States. This is my dreamland. I'm here. Yeah. And they said that you are selected in Maryland, Salisbury.
With no idea that where that was.
No, the moment our interview got finished, I went to the room and I start looking to the videos, vlogs, and the first thing that I saw the ponies.
Right.
The ponies. Yeah, it was 8 August. We arrived here and we saw angels, bunch of angels
Mhm.
standing in front of airport, and the ladies, the church member, those guys were very special day, very special moment, warm welcomings, and we were so happy. And the moment they told us that you guys are going to your own house now, your life has been started, welcome home. This word means to me a lot.
So how is your family adjusting? Your wife, your two kids?
My kids are doing so good, they're learning so fast. Yeah, they're so happy, so happy. And I never heard them that like I don't want to go to school. So happy because Asbury Church Group, they they do everything. They do everything. They can do anything to
And how's
keep
your
us happy and safe.
and how's your wife doing? How's she adjusting?
She's doing good. She's just trying to work on her English, and she's going to English classes in SU. They help her out to have a classes, and she's doing good. She's really very happy, especially my kids. Anytime, 24/7, 24/7, just to keep us happy, to keep the smile going and going and going. The Asbury Church and the team, they do all the good stuff.
Have there been any difficulties in adjusting?
Well, in fact, we are the only family, Afghan family in this city, and we never felt alone in here. No, no difficulties, no difficulties. No, everything just went well. No, no difficulties.
Okay, and I assume you attend a local mosque, right?
Hmm.
So what is that like? And how is that different than say when you were in Afghanistan? I mean, obviously there were a lot of changes going on between the Taliban and obviously the Americans, but
The changes in my life, if I stayed in Kabul, if I couldn't made it to come over here or get in the airport, I cannot imagine that. Maybe
yeah.
I would not alive, or I should say.
By the way, when you look back at Afghanistan and the people who are obviously left behind, what do you think is happening to them?
The friends that I'm in touch with them, they're already in Pakistan and they're trying and working. Yeah, the American embassy, those guys are working because there's a huge amount of people. They're working on their SIVs and they're still waiting in Pakistan, Tajikistan, India, and different countries, different other countries. They're just surviving. Yeah, they're surviving and they're trying to work it out, but it's still in progress. I have heard a lot of my friends just they headed to United States, yeah, and they're doing good. But at least my friends, as much as I know, uh, those guys are out of Afghanistan.
What do you think it's like
Right
for
now.
the people who got left behind?
Like, just they want to get out of Afghanistan. Yeah, especially uh, my family, my mom. She's all alone lady in there, and the only thing it makes me cry. It's a kind of huge pressure on top of my head. 24/7. I left my all alone mother in Afghanistan.
Do you think there's any way to get her out?
Well, I have to wait for my green card. I have to apply for my green card, and I have to wait for like 3 years to get her here.
Long time.
Yeah, I have no more option.
Anything, by the way, I haven't asked you or that you want to say?
Excuse me.
Anything I haven't asked you or that you want to say?
I think no. Just I want to say thanks from everyone, the Delmarva Muslim community, Asbury Church, like being with me. They are my family. I call them uncle. I call them hope. I call them dare. I call them friends. They did a lot for me, and they're still doing. They are the best. I should say they are the best. I told you I am the only family, Afghan family in this city, and till now, I I never thought that I'm all alone in here because I have lots of friends in here, a lot of people who cares about me, a lot of people to bring a smile on my lips or my family. They can do anything. They can do anything. They care about the very smallest thing. They care about everything. In my life, I have never seen such a people. No. Even they don't know me, but they're just behind my back like a mountain, taking care of me and my family. They do it right away. They don't allow any problem to knock my door.
Delmarva Today with Don Rush.